Conte. I am born and raised New Jersey guy. I live in Morris County, about 45 minutes, 50 minutes outside of New York City, and then not too far from uh, Pennsylvania as well. So I kind of have the best of both worlds. Um, so I currently work at SHI International Corporation. We are a IT reseller, both software and hardware. We service public and private customers. We do really everything. We're what's called a VAR, a value-added reseller. So we partner with all the top manufacturers in the industry. So, we started 30 years ago partnering with Microsoft, and we've grown to a $12 billion company, and we do everything from your basic software like Microsoft, Adobe, and your basic laptops, HP, Dell, Lenovo, all the way to even more specific stuff geared towards even public school systems like e-gaming and esports, which is a big hot topic right now. A lot of kids are playing video games, but yeah, we're one of the leading providers of esports equipment and technology. And you can hear me all right, right? I forgot to
Yeah.
ask. Okay, perfect. So again, we're based out of Somerset, New Jersey, and we service customers large, small, and global, and even right in our hometown, right near Rutgers and Somerset County, Middlesex County. um, so you might have heard of like SHI Stadium if you're a Rutgers fan. Their football stadium is named after, we have the rights there for our logo, and um, you'll see our logo on Rutgers sporting events is really what it comes down to. But my basic job duties and the department I work in is public sector. So
Mhm.
our public sector represents everything from local school districts in New Jersey to state government agencies all across the country. I actually started working with state governments about a year ago, and then now, starting in January, starting in the new year, I worked um, a new role supporting federal government customers, which has been amazing. I support the Department of Education on a federal level nationwide. So, I'm in a sales role. So my job is to obviously, sell IT to, the technology directors over at, these agencies. But I do a lot more than that. I wear a lot of hats. I have calls with, purchasing reps and technology staff of these agencies, and we figure out what they need, what they want to buy, what they don't need. So I wear a lot of hats, but I'm in the federal side of the business, um, and that's been very rewarding so far. I love it. Federal government has really been growing, as far as their budget, and with COVID, they're really ramping up their demand. So we're trying to meet that demand a lot. Our department has been growing a lot, and yeah, basic duties. My basic duties are to quote customers, process purchase orders, deal with any accounting issues. Again, I'm constantly cold calling and trying to prospect customers and learn more about their agencies, their department, what their department needs are, and really ultimately help them select the IT they need, deploy the IT they need, and then manage the IT that they need. So that's really what it comes down to. But yeah, I think I've provided an overview of what our company does. You can check out our website. It's just www.shi.com. You will see our logo again plastered all over Rutgers sporting events, their basketball arena, and again SHI Stadium, the football stadium over in New Brunswick. And our company's mission and vision statement is really to, like I said, is to help our customers select, deploy, and manage the right IT
Mhm.
solutions for their business or their agency or school system, whatever it is. And we are operated and headquartered in Somerset, New Jersey, maybe 5 to 10 minutes north of New Brunswick. Um, we are a global company. Like I said, we employ about 5,000 employees globally. We have offices in Europe, Singapore, I think some Australia, really, really all over, which is great. Um, there are definitely Um, there are definitely entry level positions within our company. We have a lot of opportunity and we are always hiring. It is a very, very fun company to work for. It's a private company, which kind of offers some flexibility. We're just a private company. We have more say in what we do, of course, compared to a public company that might have some, duties to shareholders. So we are an awesome company to work for. And I tell a lot of people, I was talking to a young gentleman right outside our office at one of the sporting events I was at. And he was, I think, a 17-year-old gentleman that went to a nearby high school. And he was just lost. He didn't know where he wanted to work. And I said, well, what are you interested in? And sure enough, he said video games. And I myself, I love video games. I grew up playing video games, PlayStation, Xbox, PC, you name it. And I was instantly able to connect with him and say, hey, well, if you're interested in, video games, are you interested in technology? That's usually a follow-up question. And 9 times out of 10, they're interested in technology. So I said, hey, well, and he was actually on the fence of actually wanting to leave school. He was working at a restaurant. He just said, the money was good, good enough. He didn't want to finish high school. And I said, well, that's your choice, but I would, try to finish high school. And you know, we offer jobs here for all types of educational backgrounds, whether you have a master's degree or whether you have a high school degree.
Yeah.
There is ways to work your way up the ladder and end up in a position where you can talk to people about things you love, like technology and esports. Like I keep going back to the esports. We have implemented esports technology and labs. We're talking about like computer labs
Mhm.
with gaming chairs and PCs, and just to get kids interested in technology. And that's a huge part of STEM. And I think it's being taken more seriously now because 5 years ago, if you told the school system, if you talked to their CIO, or their IT supervisor of the school, and you said, "Hey, do you have any plans for building a computer lab for esports for after school curriculum for your students," they would probably laugh in your face because school teachers, have enough to deal with, and they don't want to really. Video games are almost seen as like a bad thing, right? But
Right.
I think that mindset is changing, and it's giving a entry point, a bridge to a lot of students who would otherwise just go home and maybe play video games by themselves or something, and now there's like a community around it and there's ways to make money with it, and you have Twitch and other software providers, and social media platforms out there for video games. So that's a big one. I think I'm getting a little off topic here, but yes, we have entry level positions for all types of people, whether of educational backgrounds, whether you have a high school diploma or a master's degree, there is something for you. And like I said, it's a great company to work for. um, I would to capture young people's interests and, about our industry. I think I've already done that. And, about our company and the industry in general. It's as simple as, if you like technology, do you like computers? Do you like social media? Do you like software? Do you like marketing? Are you into photography? Do you like working with Adobe, creative, software? Photoshop? Do you like coding? Do you like coding? We sell a lot of software that helps young people learn how to develop, how to become computer developers and learn how to code. We really do it all. So if you want to join a company that has a lot of options and has an entry point to learn about almost every type of technology, like I said, we partner with literally everybody. If a customer says, "Do you sell this?" 99% of the time, it's yes, we do. We can partner with that company, software, hardware. So it's a great place to work. And I think and you see younger people coming to SHI. You
Mhm.
really do. So that's all I have to say about that. I could talk all day,
Alright.
but that's where I'll end.
Alright, first I'd like to thank you for coming on with us today with Junior Achievement and being a part of JA Career Speaker Series. And we're gonna dive a little bit more about your personal career. So the first question we have here today is, what did you want to be when you were in high school, and how does that connect to where you are today?
Hmm. Great question. I love that question because high school was not too far, not too long ago. It might not look like that, but high school was only like 5 or 6 years ago for me. And I graduated from a high school in New Jersey in Morris County, right over by Morristown. So out of high school, I was very much interested in renewable technology. A lot of people talk about Elon Musk is in the news so much right now. I know because of Twitter and everything, but I idolize and still do idolize Elon Musk. And I was super interested in video games, technology, renewable energy, climate change, electric cars, solar panels, wind turbines. I was very much interested in environmental science, environmentally related technology. And I wanted to go work for Tesla or, Solar City or SpaceX or something like that. And, it didn't end up happening in college. I actually started becoming more interested in, I took my passions of environmental science and
Mhm.
environmental technology, and I became interested in like real estate and construction. And I studied in college, green buildings as they're called. So you might have heard like LEED certified buildings or USBGC, the United States, or USGBC, United States Green Building Council. So I became very much interested in like LEED certified and
Okay.
how we can build infrastructure and buildings to be more sustainable and environmentally friendly and help combat climate change. So that's what I studied in college and real estate. And then I joined SHI about a year after I graduated college. And how does that connect where I am today? I would say a little bit different. Again, I didn't really like think in high school, oh, I would be working for a technology company and be involved in all these, cool technology projects. Like I said, sports, e-gaming, esports, and hardware and software. But that just goes to show that if there's any young people out there that think I'm lost, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I'm 17, I'm 18 years old. I don't know if I should go to school. I don't know where I want to go to school. I don't know what I want to study. It's okay. 99% of people who are between the ages of 15 and 19 have no idea what they want to do with their lives. I am 24 years old. I just turned 24. I still long term have no idea what I want to do with my life. And I have a better idea, but you wake up every day and you just think like maybe there's something different out there, and it's okay to change jobs. It's okay to change interests. It's okay to change majors. I changed my major halfway through college. So yeah, that's the long answer is how does that connect where I am today? It does and it doesn't. You're going to wind up in a place most likely where it's similar to what you thought you would do or wanted to do, but it might be different in a way. And everything happens for a reason. And don't feel like don't get down on yourself if you feel a little bit lost or you don't know where you want to be in high school. Um,
Yeah, I definitely relate to that. As a college student, I most of my peers still don't have a clear understanding of what they want to be in life, and that's completely okay. That's what college is for. That's what other experiences are for. You can definitely take your time, and who knows, like you can study one thing and then end up in another area where you might find more interest in.
mhm,
So that is
exactly.
completely okay. Our following
Exactly.
question here is, what advice would you give to your younger self? And if you could do your career path over again, what would you change?
That is a very good question. Um, Advice I would give to my younger self would be to take a step back and just breathe and soak in the non-academic aspects of your educational career, middle school, high school. I think a lot of a lot of us growing up in a school system, especially in a very educationally focused state like New Jersey. New Jersey, we are, for the most part, public school systems in New Jersey are very, very rank high compared to other states. So, which is great. And, there's a lot of pressure. I think now there is more pressure on, 15 to 18-year-olds in school more now than ever go, manage class. I mean, these high school courses are like college courses now. Go to class, do your homework, study for your quizzes and tests. Your work, go to practice after
Extracurriculars.
school. A lot of people are, go do your extracurricular activities. Go to college, do the, get your pass your SATs, your ACTs. There is so much to do, and it can be
Hmm.
so overwhelming. My suggestion and what I would tell my younger self, get on a routine, build a routine every day, stick to a routine, get up, you know, brush your teeth, shower, maybe work out in the morning, get some exercise in, eat your breakfast, get on the bus, drive yourself to school, play some calming music on your way to school, play your favorite music, get ready for the day, and make sure you're eating and have some energy. I know personally for me, once I get to that like middle of the day after lunch, it's right in between school ending. You're tired. Pack a protein bar. Keep going. And again, I just think it's about focusing on the things that you can enjoy in school. Don't take it seriously, but also enjoy yourself.
Mhm.
You're not going to be able to relive high school again. Everybody knows that high school has its drama. High school has its drama. It can be, especially nowadays with Instagram and social media, but you're gonna look back in 10 years and just laugh at all the stuff that you stressed about and realize like, wow, I probably could have stressed a little bit less and still been okay. And the answer to the second part of the question, if I could, do my career path over again, I don't think I would change too much. Like I said, you're gonna wind up doing something you at least relatively like, or enjoy. Not everything is perfect, right? You ask most people, and be able to, you ask most people, and they could find something about their job that they don't like. No job is perfect, but if I had to do my career path over again, I think I would just learn math a little bit more. I would have taken math a little bit more seriously. I was the type of person that said, this is not going to be needed. Math is, boring. Math is not relative. You're not going to be able to use this in today's setting. But if you are one of the people like me who thinks about math and looks at it and says, I will never use this in my life, this is not applicable to what I want to do. I want to go into writing. I want to go into, I want to be going into history. Or if you think that you're interested in a subject that doesn't require math, you might be 50% right. You might be 75% right, but there's a sliver of ignorance there, I'll say, because math isn't just about solving like, you know, getting the right answer, and learning equations, and learning sequences of how to, it's a language. It's about problem solving, and it teaches
Mhm.
you how to solve problems and how to think differently and work backwards. So I think I would have taken math a little bit more seriously. I think I'd be in a better position, even in my career and just even in personal day to day, if I took math more seriously. But you know what, it's never too late to change. I'm actually enrolling in some math classes at my local community college now, and
There you
I'm
go.
24 years old. So it is never too late to learn a language, to learn math, any subject. It is never too late. Never feel like it's too late. You always have time. So
Yeah, and to your initial point with, leaving room for personal interests in high school, I think that's very critical. These days a lot of students are focused on what looks good for college applications or like transcripts, that they lose focus of what their own personal interests are. And that tends to be a regret most adults have over in their younger years. So that's definitely something to keep in mind for our younger audience currently in high school right now.
absolutely,
Um,
well said.
our following question that I have here today is, what did you learn from your first job, either positive or negative?
I love this question. I will be as fast as possible here for the sake of time. Well, my first job was actually as a pizza delivery boy, I guess. I think, 15 years old. And again, I was working in Morris County, New Jersey, and it taught me how to interact with customers, handle, customer complaints. And I worked in the kitchen. I, cleaned the dishes. It was a humbling experience. At the end of the day, I would have to go through a new pair of pants almost every week. They were so destroyed from, being so dirty in the working in the kitchen. And I think the positive aspect of that job was just, learning that there are so many different jobs out there, and you have to start from the bottom, and you have to, work your way up. And like I said, it was a humbling experience. I learned just even something as simple as it sounds, like delivering a pizza. That is customer service. Driving there, getting on time, making sure the order's okay, making sure the money is, there it goes back to that math again, right? Like some transactions, and handling all of that. And it was a great experience. I liked it a lot. It was a family-run business. It was a very close-knit type of, local pizza joint. And there were some negatives, I guess, right? Like I said, it was a kind of a dirty job, and it would get hot in the summer, and I had to use my own car, and my car would get stuck in the snow. I'd have to like, make sure the pizza didn't get cold, and whatever food I was doing. And then I guess my first like professional, I guess you could call it, like, business professional job out of college, I worked at an apartment community, like a brand new, kind of like high end luxury apartment community, and I was like leasing apartments to, selling and leasing apartments to people right at the heart of the pandemic, and that was a huge, huge change. It was really hard to deal with, all the COVID changes and showing people apartments with a mask on, and you can't even really see their face or build connections, and you know. Um, so there was a lot of challenges. I could speak all day about the challenges of like going into real estate. If you're interested in real estate and apartments and construction or residential real estate, there's a lot to talk about. That I did that for a while. I majored in college in real estate before I landed in technology, in the technology industry. But um, yeah, I'll save that for another day, but yeah, I learned a lot in that job too. My first kind of like, I guess, professional working job out of college, and had its positives and negatives. I'd say the biggest positive was that I gained so much experience in a year. My property manager, who managed, it was about a 230 unit property, so you're talking about thousands of residents, and
Wow.
handling rent collection, and doing tours of the property, making sure the property is clean, landscaping, dealing with vendors, and it was a lot of work out of college, and I gained a lot of experience. And it was one of those situations where you might find yourself in an environment where your whole life you've been given directions. You're giving it a What's the first thing that happens when you enter a class the first day? They give you a syllabus. They say, here's what's going to happen, here's what you're going to do, here's
Mhm.
everything from A to Z. And it can still be hard in the real world, quote unquote. You never know what's going to happen. And if I found myself in a position where I was in a new job in a new industry with a manager who kind of just threw me the keys to the building and said, hey, on a weekend you're going to run this 230 unit apartment building by yourself. Deal with the move-in trucks, deal with the people, deal with the complaints, deal with the parking, deal with the packages, deal with I and you just say yes. You just learn from it, and it will work itself out, and you will learn so much in your first job, out of college. So um, I had a lot of good positive and negative experiences in my first few jobs. So
Yeah, no matter the job, there's valuable insight to learn from each job, whether it's work ethic or interpersonal skills, technical skills. There's a lot of things to learn and that are easily applicable to other industries or fields.
absolutely.
But with that, I'd like to thank you, John, for volunteering your time today with us with the Junior Achievement and being a part of our JA Career Speaker Series. And with that, I'd like to conclude the session. All right. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much, John.
much. It was great meeting you. You have a great weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take
You
care.
too.
All right. Bye
All
bye.
right. Bye bye.